Hello there, good morning. The director of one of Scotland's national treatment centres hopes to see work resume on more sites to tackle record NHS waiting lists for non-urgent care. Elsewhere this morning, Scotland's political party MSPs will vote later on the final stage of a bill that would allow councils here to introduce a tourist tax. OK, let's see how the weather forecast is looking today. Here's Callum McCall. And that's all from us for the moment, but we'll have another update for you in around half an hour's time. I hope that you can join us then. Bye-bye. Hello there, good morning. The director of one of Scotland's national treatment centres hopes to see work resume on more sites to tackle record NHS waiting lists for non-urgent care. Elsewhere this morning, Scotland's political parties are back on the election trail. MSPs will vote later on the final stage of a bill that would allow councils here to introduce a tourist tax. And now Callum's here with the forecast. Good morning.
Good morning, Sarah.
OK, Callum, thank you very much for the update. And that's all from us for the moment, but we'll be back in around half an hour. Bye-bye. Hello there, good morning. A director at one of Scotland's national treatment centres says he hopes that work will resume on other sites to help tackle record NHS waiting lists. Elsewhere this morning, Scotland's political... And finally, the owner of the Hunterston Marine Yard in North Ayrshire is preparing to redevelop to support the offshore wind sector. It will ease. And that's all for the moment, but I'll be back in around half an hour. Bye-bye. Hello there, good morning. A director at one of Scotland's national treatment centres says he hopes work will resume on other sites to tackle record NHS waiting lists. Elsewhere this morning, schools in the Highlands could lose almost a quarter of their pupils over the next 15 years. That's according to figures released by the local authority. Highland Council is forecasting an overall... And MSPs will vote later on the final stage of a bill that would allow councils here to introduce a tourist tax. OK, let's see how the weather forecast is looking now. Good morning, Callum.
Good morning.
OK, Callum, thank you very much for that update. And that's all from us here this morning. I'll have your lunchtime reporting Scotland at 1:30. Bye-bye. Hello there, good afternoon. NHS waiting lists have reached a record high. The latest figures from Public Health Scotland show more than 690,000 waits for appointments or treatment for non-urgent care. The data also shows government's targets to end the longest waits aren't being met, with more than 8,000 waits of over 2 years. Well, our health correspondent Lisa Summers joins us now. And Lisa, can you talk us through these figures, please? Well, on tonight's Reporting Scotland, we'll take an in-depth look at those treatment centres that Lisa was just mentioning. Elsewhere this lunchtime, a pedestrian has died in a crash involving 2 lorries on the A9 Perth bypass. The incident happened. A woman who burned a baby with a hairdryer and fractured his skull has been jailed for 4 years. The owners of the largest wind farm off the Scottish coast have been told to pay more than £33 million for breaching energy market rules. Now, MSPs will vote later on the final stage of a bill allowing local authorities to introduce a so-called tourist tax. If approved by Holyrood, it means councils will have the power to charge a local fee on overnight stays. Our political reporter Jenny Davidson has the details. And lastly this lunchtime, an urgent meeting to allow fans of Inverness Cally Thistle to have their say on controversial plans to move their training base to Fife will take place later tonight. OK, and that takes us into the weather forecast now, and Christopher Blanchett is in the studio. Good afternoon.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks very much indeed.
OK, Chris, thank you very much for the update. Appreciate it. And that's all from us here this lunchtime, but Laura Miller will be back with all of your news, sport and weather during Reporting Scotland at 6:30 tonight. Thanks for joining us. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.